Do you ever look back at how far you've come and realize, man, it's been a very weird journey. Been a very rocky start, and we're just gonna keep trudging along and keep grinding, right? Something like that. Anywho, that's what I've done. I'm now at 60 days on YouTube, and it continues to be a very interesting experience. In this video, I'm going to talk through the ups and downs over the last 60 days and how much time it takes to put into content creation when you're pumping out information such as I currently am. That is also a main topic of this discussion is the amount of content I am putting out is not sustainable for a small business content creator, right? If this was your full-time job, then absolutely continue to pump out content, continue to grow the channel and do shorts, long form, all of the above, right? However, there's a lot of things that goes into each of these videos that I don't think everybody always sees. I was watching a YouTube channel the other day, and the YouTuber made a comment of, yeah, I've spent half hour, 45 minutes coming up with an idea and how to formulate the idea and how to plan the idea and how to execute. And then after that, you have to edit the video, you have to make changes, all that fun stuff. So as you can tell by the quality of my videos, I absolutely do not edit these videos. That is not a skill I have. It's not a skill I want to spend the time learning right now with the other facets of the business rapidly expanding and rapidly growing. It's not something I'm looking into. So the video quality is very subpar compared to a lot of other content creators who clip and make changes as they go and edit, all that fun stuff, right? These videos are all 20 minutes of me just rambling, talking about whatever comes up in my brain. And yeah, a lot of times I do pre-plan the content, at least, hey, this is what I'm going to talk about. These are the points I want to hit. I have a little index card next to me of make sure you hit this point, this point, this point, those kind of things, right? So there's a lot that goes into content creation. It's not just standing in front of a camera and talking, especially for the quantity that I'm putting out. I am doing 2 shorts a day currently, which are anywhere from 10 to 45 seconds, and 1 long form video a day, which is anywhere from 8 to 16 minutes, depending on what the topic is for the day. The hardest part for me is not getting on camera, talking, formulating the stuff. It is coming up with the ideas. If you think about it, that's 21 different content pieces a week that I have to come up with. And for those of you that have been following along, I'm not the most creative person. That's not a skill set I have. I'm very black and white. And I just go with the flow of things. So content creation has been very fun and very enjoyable, and I'm still going to push the content for the 90 days. However, after the 90-day point hits, most likely going to go to 2 long form videos a week and probably a short a day, depending on where I am at from a business perspective. Because as I continue to ramp up the business, that's taking a lot more time. I'm looking at over the next 3 to 4 days, I will have 50,000 bulk cards delivered to me from various sources. I have a Facebook Marketplace meeting coming up on Friday. I have about 5,000 cards that should get here in the mail today. I purchased 40,000, yes, you heard me right, 40,000 bulk Yu-Gi-Oh cards that I'm going to need to sift and go through all that fun stuff. It should be very interesting. Made a connection with a gentleman who does rip and ships on Whatnot for bulk for Yu-Gi-Oh, or not for bulk, for Yu-Gi-Oh. So he rips the product, he takes out all the hits. However, he doesn't sift the bulk. He just throws it in a box, and he does have 50,000 more Yu-Gi-Oh cards that I told him I would be interested in once I got through this batch. Most likely going to just scan them in with the Rico, get them listed. I don't think I'm going to sift them at this point. I haven't quite decided. My only issue is going to be, as I talk in every video, I don't know if I have space for 200,000 more cards in this office. I certainly don't have boxes for them. So I'm going to need to purchase boxes and all of that fun stuff. And for those of you that sell or have large boxes, collections like this, they're what, 10, 15 bucks a box? So that adds up fairly quickly when you start talking resources, and it's not as simple as buying 40,000 cards for $600, right? It's, okay, now I have to buy, these are 3,000, 4,000 count boxes. I now have to buy 10 of these. So that's roughly $200 more. So it all plays in, right? It's no longer a $600 collection. It's now an $800 collection that I'm buying. So again, looking at how do I make space in this office, whether it's building drawers on the walls that pull in and out, all that fun stuff. That is one thing with the chaos sort system, and the way I'm doing it is, even as I sell cards in these boxes and space starts to open, all of those fun pieces, right? I can't reuse the box because I don't want to mess up my box labeling system. I guess I could go in each one and individualize SKU them of, okay, I did A through G here. I'm going to start Z through Y as I add additional ones. That gets a little complicated knowing what is where, all of those fun things. So continuing to grow it, continuing to scale it. And the social media side, the YouTube, I've been trying Instagram, not very good at Instagram. I don't have, so a little personal tidbit about me, I'm not a social media person. The only social media I have is obviously YouTube, because I watch Pokey content and in the background as I sort, all that fun stuff as I list. I have Facebook and I have TikTok for when I'm up at 2 a.m. with the children. Other than that, I don't use social media. I've never had an Instagram. I had a Twitter back in college when it was required for a business course. I haven't used it since then. I don't use social media. And yes, I'm not as old as I look with my hairline, okay? I'm not at that age group that doesn't use social media. I grew up with it. It's just not something I ever really utilized or enjoy using. It's a time suck for me. I'd rather be putting my time into something else. So circling back to the main point is I'm trying to learn social media, Instagram, all that fun stuff for the business to get out more content and get the brand out, right? So that takes time. That takes time away from listing, takes time from other business needs. So I'm looking at how do I move my time around? Because the business needs are priority right now. As I continue to grow and scale the business, social media presence, not so much, right? You can have a successful trading card business without social media. Yes, social media helps draw attention, all that fun stuff, but you don't need it. So looking at how do I grow the business while growing content, and as I said earlier, 2 long form videos a week. I could probably edit those, put more time into them, so they're not just me rambling at a screen or in front of a camera. I can get you better information. However, I like to think my content has been decent, right? Going through different pricing, what product is looking good, all that fun stuff. So anywho, that's kind of been the summation of the 60 days, just focusing on YouTube content and continuing to grow it. It's fun looking back at my old videos as they pop up right as somebody views it. Holy crap, that was terrible. The things you learned in 60 days, right? Well, it has been a blast, and I look forward to the next 30 days. As always, if you're still here, thanks for being here. Drop a like, drop a comment, subscribe. Any little bit helps a long ways. Goes a very, very long way. So thanks for being here. We'll see you in the next video. If my clicker wants to work, it does now.